Hello everybody. In this video I'll be describing the structure of your syllabus for this quarter. Here as you can see, we're looking at accounting 1B. It has 5 units assigned to this class, which means approximately 15 hours of work every week. So make sure you have enough time to carve out in your calendar for this class. About 5 hours of reading and approximately 10 hours of homework and testing. Notice that this class has 2 sections, sections 2W and 4W, CRNs 40029 and 40030. And the reason I tell you this is because at some point you will need those, to know what your section to identify your gradebook that I'm going to be giving you by about week 3. The syllabus itself is arranged by sections 1 through 10, or SY1 through SY10. As you can see, you have instructional information, course description, textbook, facilities, equipment, course outline, grading, and so on. Now, the grading is the one that you're probably gonna spend some time on to make sure you understand it. The textbook info as well, if you haven't bought the textbook yet, and then the class calendar will be also very important to understand. So that's where I'm going to be focusing most of my time in this syllabus. So I'm going to scroll down. Just briefly, I do want to stop here in the section for my information. So you know that here's the address of the college. Here's my office. I'm hardly ever there because I'm always working around the school or outside of school. Here's my cell phone, not myself, my office number, and I'm normally not good at responding to voicemails, so I'm much more responsive to email. So make sure you actually, if you are not in my class and you want to contact me, use email. Now, if you're in my class, you should be using private messages to email me or to message me. It is by far the best way to keep track of people's conversations. Email I get tons of garbage every day, so please use use private messages for our private conversations basically any questions you might have. Let's see. This class has a prerequisite of 1A. You probably already know that, so I will skip over all of this. You can read it on your own. The textbook info is right here. By now, you probably know that you probably have already Holmgren 11th edition, which is the Junior College 3rd edition, custom edition of the package itself, because the 11th edition Holmgren is packaged with or bundled with my accounting lab. So that becomes the Foothill College 3rd custom edition. So don't sort of confuse those edition numbers. Okay. Again, by now you probably have the book anyway, and Mal, and you already know that access code that came with your book is good for accounting 1A, 1B, and 1C. It's good for 1 year from when you first used it. So make sure you have that 16-digit access code that is packaged with the book, and then you will see that here is the course ID you will also need to then register into the right My Accounting Lab or MAL section for this class. So you click on that link to get to this testing tool that we use, MAL, and if you haven't done it yet already, you come to register and you will actually click OK, register now, and here's where you enter your course ID and follow the process. They will ask you for your access code if it's your first time, and you'll be in. Now, if you already have an account with them, then you probably do not have to use that initial registration process. You simply just log in, and when you log in, there will be a button above here that I think it says something, add a course, something like that. Because I'm not a student, I don't get that button. But then you can just at that point put in your I think it's your access code or your course ID. I forget. Okay. If questions, you can always ask the help desk that they got. At this email. At this URL. Here's the help desk support. Okay, you can go there always to get support, to get help. All right, so keep moving straightforward. If you haven't yet purchased the book and the MAL access code, you have 3 options. I suggest you do this one, which is the by far the cheapest, and it has everything you need: the printed textbook, the access code with the ebook. But if you have other reasons to buy the other ones, here's your options below, 2 and 3. If for some reason you cannot buy it now, buy your book now, you still can actually register into our section using the course ID that I just gave you up here, this one here, without the access code. But you can only be on it for 14 days. It's free for 14 days, and you have to upgrade once you purchase the actual access. Oh, this is not good here. Let me just get rid of that. All right, there are other things here you might want to read. Not as important for the moment. Here's the course outline for this class. We're going to be covering in the chapters in that book, chapters 10 through 17. And so make sure you read these notes. They're quite important for you to read. Grading. As you know, the grading is the usual scale. 93 and above is an A. 90 to 92.99 is an A minus, and so on. You know, I will follow this scale very strictly. In terms of the actual grading components, 5 points is your attendance, which in this case will be logins, 3 logins per week. One of those logins have to be on Monday. Participation means 1 posting per chapter per week. And if you have, at least I guess in this case it would be 11 or 12 postings, you get the full 5 points. So 5 and 5, 10% of your grade is made up of logins and postings. There's another couple of tasks that you need to accomplish, which are pretty simple. So total for class activities will be 12% of your class. In this book, or in this class, we got 8 chapters. So each chapter has a reading check, which is sort of a little quiz to check for your reading, understanding, and so on. Only 7 of those count, and 7 times 1 point, that means that 7% of your grade is made up of reading checks. Homework, similar approach. You have 8 in total, 7 count, drop the lowest, so you only have 7 times 3, 21 points, or 21% of your grade is made up of homework. 2 midterm exams, that will make up, hold on. 2 midterm exams make up 20% of your grade. The final exam is 30%, and there's a team project that is worth 10%, so that's a total of 100. There's no extra credit unless otherwise announced. Here's some notes that you might want to read regarding your teamwork, the class calendar, the grade book, point system, bump ups, and so on. Make sure you read those. They're important for your grade, your final grade. If you want more detailed descriptions of each of the graded components, go here to this section and you can see what they are. Class calendar, I just want to show you how the class calendar is structured. On the far left, the column shows you the sections by week. So week 1, week 2, and week 3, and so on. For example, in week 3, just as an example, you've got reading your textbook, which is chapter 11 at that point, and it includes obviously pages 579 to 598. That is chapter 11 actually, and that will be your basis for your reading check in MAL. Then you also have to do homework. The homework assigned for this chapter is 4 items. In this case, it's all exercises. So E11, 11 meaning chapter 11. So E11, 15, 20, 22, and 23. So that's really what is assigned, and that's also the basis for your homework 11 in that week. And so notice that I even give you the dates when these are due in MAL. And in terms of midterm exams, you see that your first midterm will be due on Sunday of week 4. You can access the exam starting on Friday and be done with it, or you can wait until Sunday and do it then. Once you get in, you have about approximately 2 hours. It could be 2.5 hours. It depends on the kind of exam that I develop. But once you get in, you only have a two-hour window to actually submit your exam, and by the deadline. And again, every week is about the same. Midterm number 2 will be actually Sunday through Tuesday, so you can access it in those days. It will be done. The actual test will be done, or the deadline for that test will be Tuesday, the 31st of May. Here's where you do your class activities again on that week, and then you finalize what is also a project. Then you finalize the quarter by submitting your project during the last week, as well as your final exam. The final exam is due, it's accessible and due on the same day. It's only one day, Thursday, so make sure you can do that once we get to it. There's a few other things here. Just I want to mention that our week runs from Monday in the morning through Friday at noon. So plan all your work accordingly. This also means that if you have questions regarding your homework or your reading, you should obviously make sure that you get it in before Friday, and definitely probably better if you do it by midweek, Wednesday or so that you get the benefit of maybe some of my responses as well as your classmates. And there will be other things that you want to maybe read up, but do it on your own. Have fun. Take care. Okay. Bye-bye.